Hello learners and welcome to Modern World 2. We are on week 7. The assignments for week 7 are your final products. So you're going to work on this this week as well as next week. You're going to complete your Paris Peace Conference simulation, and I'm going to tell you how you're going to do that and where you're going to put it. You are also turning in your infographic, your final product, which many of you just did the infographic, the full thing to start with. And you'll end up copying and pasting it into here and then answering some questions. The Peace Paris Conference reflection. Hopefully by the time you do it, other kids will have posted in Padlet, and you can kind of look at what they did, what country they picked. So I'm hoping that kind of works out. Okay, so let me go into some detail about how we're actually going to complete these assignments. Okay, so the learning target, the whole entire project has been, how can peace lead to war? So how can this peace after World War I, the Treaty of Versailles, why is this going to lead to World War II? Okay, so remember the infographic we talked about before is a way to collect the images, charts. It's minimal text. You're not reading a big, huge paper. You can look at this and say, oh my goodness, this is what happened. This is the percentages. It's very quick information. And here's an example. You know, the mystery of yawning. This is exactly from last week. And then what happens when we yawn, you can look at it real quickly. It's not some big paper where you have to look at a lot of things. Key points are picked out for you. Okay, so how can peace lead to war, the final product? So after you make your infographic, and if you have questions, you can go back to the one lesson where they originally had you make the infographic. So you'll paste it in here, and then you can do a self-assessment. Okay, and then when I go into the final product, I can click the infographic, and it's going to pop up. Okay, the next thing we're going to do that you're going to submit, you need to actually do the simulation. We are not in a brick and mortar classroom. So we can't just, stand up there, do the simulation and, reflect upon it. We have to go a little bit out of the ordinary here. So you're going to use Loom to tape yourself. Okay, you are going to be that country, and you are going to, tape yourself with key points. You've done tons of charts. You are going into that conference being that country. You're going to talk about what you stand for, what should happen, why it should happen. And you'll tell me all about it in the Loom video. Okay, it's not a bad idea to create a presentation like I do and kind of put some key points in it instead of just talking. That might be a very good idea. You could even use some of your infographic to present your key points. Lots of ways to do this, but it's obviously much better to have some sort of visual while you're talking about your country, so you can put some key points up there or something along those lines. Okay, you can see I recommend Loom. Here's a screenshot of this. It works really well on Chromebooks. Screencast-O-Matic has not been working well, or I would recommend that because I love Screencast-O-Matic, but Loom works. Go in there. I think you can enter through Google. You hit start record. Your little face will pop up on the bottom so I can see you. And so that's that. And like I said, you can go back to the checkpoint before and kind of look at this, the reduction of arms and things, and how your country would feel. When you're done, all you do is go into the Padlet link that I will be supplying. Okay, and you click down here. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to click that. And this will come up. So you can put your name in here, maybe what country you're doing, and then you can attach the Loom link right there. Okay, so it's pretty self-explanatory. And you'll be able to see everybody else's. Go in there, watch them, see how other countries feel about, what happened during the peace conference. See their views. Okay, and then the final product is you are going to just self-evaluate yourself, maybe after you look at some other people's, maybe just how you feel after you watch yours. Like I said, we have to get out of the ordinary since we are not a synchronous school. We're asynchronous, so everyone can kind of work at their own pace. We're not a typical classroom where I would say I need this done by Thursday at 2 o'clock because we are presenting. So that doesn't necessarily work. So post the Padlet with the Loom video into the Padlet and with your country, representing your country. Okay, so again, here was the pace chart for the year. I'd love to have both of them submitted together, the final projects. So you will have the simulation where you record in Loom. Then you will do the reflection, and then you'll have your infographic, and those are your final projects. And like I said, try to, when you do the simulation, show me some statistics, use the infograph, make a presentation in slides. Try to make it visually appealing, because you are becoming that country, and you need to share your viewpoints going into the Treaty of Versailles, and why do you want certain things that you want. Okay, so I hope that explains everything. Of course, if you have questions, please reach out. More than happy to help you. Okay, so have a wonderful, productive 2 weeks, because you have 2 weeks to complete this. Don't wait though. Maybe you want to do one week and one the next, and then submit them for feedback. Okay, thank you again. Bye.